First, you may be wondering how to get rid of all these dots that we've traced onto the screen. The answer is to move the graphics view a little bit. If we click on this tool, click and drag, anytime the graphics view moves or is resized, all the tracings disappear. Next, we're basically going to create a series of other dots to move along with this point Z1. So we'll go back to our spreadsheet and go to column B. I want to add a point just to the right of it on the x-axis. So I'll say this point is equal to the point at A1 plus 0.01. Notice that this point is at 0.3 and this point is 0.31. Next, we'll do the same kinds of calculations that we did for the points A2 through A25. So I'll copy and paste these values. Copy and paste. Next, I'd like to color this dot in the same way that I colored the dot A. So I'll right-click, go to Object Properties, and again, color it dynamically with the same formula that I used for the other point. Not sure why these values popped up. Replace them with zeros. And then I'd like a whole bunch of points. So I'll click and drag to select these 25 entries, copy, and paste it in 8 more columns to give me a total of 10 points. So I'm pushing right arrow, and you might notice I have a lot of extra points that I don't really care about. So I'm going to click and drag all these cells in these new columns from B through J, row 2 down through row 25. I'm going to right click, and again click on Show Object. That'll toggle the visibility. Let's try that one more time. Right click Show Object, that'll toggle the visibility. Next, I'm not sure why this happened, but sometimes instead of getting the correct complex number, you'll get a bunch of zeros here. Sometimes you have to recopy the item in the last position. So I'll do that now. I'll copy this into these other positions. If it ever seems to happen, that some values aren't getting copied correctly, try to paste them in one at a time. Alright, everything looks in order, no mysterious zeros. I also see the labels of these points showing up, which is distracting. So I'll go through B2, click and drag, all the way to J. I'll click on Show Label to toggle off the labels. Furthermore, I probably don't need the label on Z1 either. So I'll right click and I'll say to not show the label there. To leave a trace of the colors which represent whether or not the points were in the Mandlebrot set, so I'll left click and drag a rectangle around each of these points, then right click and select Trace On to turn the trace on for all of them. Now I'm actually done with the spreadsheet, so I'll click that off. And as I move this point around, you'll notice that I'm getting a lot of traced points going on. It's almost like a fractal paintbrush. You'll also notice it does some skipping around integer points or grid points, so it might help to turn off point capturing. Also move this out of the way. And I'll zoom in to the region I'm really interested in. Then I have a Mandlebrot paintbrush. I can paint a not bad approximation to the Mandlebrot set. Can't believe you're still watching. Hang on, let me fast forward this. And there you have it. A rough outline of a Mandlebrot set created with GeoGebra.